Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. You want to funk around with me? Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. There's a lot of them going around. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I'll tell you about them. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and always to Mayat, be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about two things that two different things. Why I chose intelligent over ignorance. In life, we have choices. You can make those decisions based on what you think is best for you. That's what right thinking philosophy gets you to understand and to do for yourself. I ain't here to tell you how to think or what to think. I'm just trying to teach you to think right. That's my point. So, in this lesson, we're going to take intelligence. Intellect is knowing when what? When to speak, and more importantly, when to listen. But to who? To the ignorant person talking. You only know a person's ignorant by what come out their mouth. You'll never know until they open their mouth, and once they start talking, you know just who they are and how ignorant they are. So I'm a good listener, and I hear a bunch of ignorance. It's the ignorant ones. Again, I hear a bunch of ignorant people doing the most misinforming to the ignorant ones, aka blind leading the blind. If you don't know where you're going, you don't know who you are, you leading somebody somewhere, y'all got to be going the wrong place. Simple as that. Understand that? I know that. Why? Because intelligence is a learned behavior. And ignorance comes what? Naturally to the egoistic person. Okay? And it's easier to be egoistic than it is to be better or intelligent. Why? It's some work you got to do to become intelligent. Some things that you have to do to make that happen. Being ignorant, you ain't got to do nothing. And most of y'all do just that. So your ego is your macho attitude. Yeah, that drives you. And guess what? Because it don't know nothing, it drives you to do dumb things. I had the curse word, but I ain't trying to feel like that right now. So I ain't hostile. So it's gonna lead you to do dumb things. That's gonna lead you to what? The consequence of your egoistic actions usually leads you to what? A bad situation, aka jail or the graveyard. Take your pick. I made that decision when I chose to do what I did back when I was doing it. And I feel like I got lucky. Why? I made it to jail. Changed my life around. That's the intent. Okay, I played the game and I did what I'm supposed to do. So now my goal is to have young people not go through that. My kids didn't. So I don't advocate that nonsense. Okay, but it was mine. I did it. And every one of us, again, yeah, I said us. Me too. We're ignorant, and our ego led us to do ignorant things and find out at the end when we had to pay the consequences for it that it was not the right thing to do or what we shouldn't have been doing. Again, after you've done it, my goal now is to prevent our young people from doing those things. If the prison system is 80% black, that's us. Why don't we, as a race of black people, stop going to prison? Never mind what they do in prison. How about not going in there? That never come to mind. It's one of our problems. That's part of being ignorant, not knowing. When I was coming up, going to prison was a badge of honor. Moving on. Ignorance. Again. Moving on. I ain't got to deal with that. But let's deal with what they call gnosis. AKA means to know. And the goal of right thinking philosophy is to get you to have your own gnosis, meaning your mystical experience with God for the action that you put forth, the deed that you did, the actions that you did to be rewarded. And that will keep you what? Doing said actions. If you're driven by God, then you're going to do what's right. Simple as that. If you're ego driven, you're going to do what you want to do. Two different things. But like this, again, if you're a Bible lover, and that's fine, ain't got a problem again. But what you don't do is understand your own book for what it really is. If you think that Bible and the people in it really existed, you don't really understand your book. Again, you don't have an argument for that. So please don't waste your time on that one. Knowing the book, if you did, you know it's a mythological, allegorical, astrological book that will obtain what you understanding that when you read it, understand it, now you will obtain what? Gnosis, knowledge, not belief. Belief don't get you far, okay? And yes, the truth and gnosis, aka gnosis, is what? Having your own mystical experience. I'm not here trying to say you on God. That ain't my job. My job is to get you to know God for yourself. That's my job. And if you don't understand the concepts I'm setting forth for you, okay, that's your problem, not mine. I know what I'm talking about. Because you don't agree with it or understand it, don't mean it's wrong. Moving on. And it's a way of life. Again, a philosophy that I live by that will help you reach, we call it nihas. They called it gnosis, aka knowledge of self. So whatever you call it, but you still have the what? Daily practice of Maya philosophy. Simple as that. So whatever you call it, you still got to do it. Excuse me. Again, daily practice of righteous living, virtuous, selfless lifestyle, spiritually disciplined will get your answers, will get rewarded by what? The person who's paying attention. He see the work and he'll reward you for that. If you went about getting validated by people, you a damn fool. If you want people to, oh yeah, that's him. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ego. That ain't God. God, again, excuse me, no, my bad. Jumping the gun. Good Christians who reach what? Their mystical experience through the deeds and the tenets that's set forth by the Christian faith followers. And I love them for that. I got a Christian family who, because they're Christ-based and they living and doing the things that I agree with, understand, to get them where they want to go, I fellowship with them. Today or tomorrow, I'm cooking for them. So again, associate people with like-minded. So you don't worry about being around people that's toxic or that's different state of mind. I don't hang around them kind of people. Toxic people, I avoid them. Simple. Again, here we go. Perfect segue. Ignorant people, aka those who don't know but believe they do. That's just ignorant. Why? You ain't smart enough to know what you don't know. You substitute what you don't know with what you believe or what somebody told you. You ain't did your own homework. You ain't did nothing on your own. You just taking somebody else's word for it. So you don't know yourself. So hence you are ignorant of yourself. And you be running around here quoting Bible verses to substantiate your ignorant viewpoint. 1 minute is this, next minute is that. I don't use the book, period. That Bible, I have no use for that in my teachings. None. Understand that. So to come at me from the Christian perspective is a waste of your time. Moving on. And to not like somebody after a period of time, whatever, to talk about them, that ain't Christian-like either. That's, again, ignorance. But moving on. Ignorant people, again, okay, first of all, for you wannabe Bible thumpers, if you haven't been taught the esoteric meanings of the Bible. Shut up. Why? You don't know what you're talking about. Again, I can listen to, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. It never did, as far as I'm concerned. But that's fine. I don't got nothing problem with that. That's just what it is. But no problem with respecting what you're trying to get done. I respect that. But the way you're going about it, I don't have to respect that. Your philosophy, I don't have to agree with that. That's what I got a problem with. Your philosophy, not with you per se, what you do, how you do it. No parts with me at all. But the fact that you had with mine, okay, but everybody don't like some other stuff. I don't disrespect it. Why? I just don't agree with it. That's all. Moving on again. I respect the same thing from you. You have the right to not like and disagree, but respectfully, that's all. Moving on. Ignorant people don't know they are ignorant. They believe. Again, that's the ignorant part of them. So because of that, you can't teach them. You can't help them. I know oh so well about them. I used to be one of them. If you're a believer, again, in the Bible, Quran, Torah, don't care if you follow a belief system. I know the extent of your intellect. Simple as that. Moving on. I'll let that stay there. You figure that part out. When you aren't smart enough to admit to yourself what you don't know, that's being ignorant. I'm not smart from what I know. I'm wise from what I experience. But I'm smart because I'm smart enough to know what I don't know, so I'm constantly learning. That's the difference. Oh, you think you know everything? No, I know better than that, so I can never think I know everything. Again, intellect, understanding, living, experience, manifesting that turns into wisdom. Now you know. I ain't got to believe nothing. I know what I know. I can tell from what you're saying that you don't know what you need to know. Moving on. Enlightenment. Again, knowing something, aka intellect, knowledge of self, is the main reason for all human beings to have knowledge of self. Not to possess, not to get, not to be, no, just knowledge of self. Why? Because that's the ticket you need to get home. Did you know that? Oh, probably not. Again, due to your ignorance. But all right, moving on. I personally, after years of studying, okay, and learning from who? True master teachers who before me did their job. And because of them, I learned and I got understanding about what manifesting for myself, what I learned from them. Now I can teach what I know that I got from them manifested, so I can give it to you just like they gave it to me because they manifested and I took it and I'm doing the same thing with it. It's your turn now. Pass it on. Knowledge is be passed on. I ain't gonna hoard it. I'm not. No, I got a bunch of it, and every day I get to share it. So for those who want it, that's what you do. I got you. Let's go. Where I'm at. Okay. Yeah. And yes, I claim self mastery. You cannot like me. You cannot agree with me, but you can't disagree that I do know who the hell I am. And whether you agree, like, or don't like, don't change the fact that I know myself. I do have that. And you can't take that. You can't change that. Whether you like it or not, don't make a difference. And if you had it, you'll understand. Moving on. Yeah, I have been called a lot of things. Not so flattering names. That's fine. God been giving a whole bunch of names. Some of them ain't flattering either. So it don't make a difference what you call me. Understand that. But it's all about you knowing you. It ain't about me. Okay, I know me. We already established that. Do you know you? Moving on. I have self-knowledge. Okay, that I share when daily for others to what? To use like I did and benefit from it like I do. That's why I give it to you. If it wasn't, well, if it wasn't good, I wouldn't give it to you. Why? Why should I? So I'm sold you drugs. I'm giving you knowledge. See the difference? Moving on. Knowledge, again, what's this? Is like medicine. Why? It don't always taste good or feel good. But guess what? It always works. They say the bigger the headache, the bigger the pill. I am the big pill. I know how to cure your ills. Why? I cured mine first. So I know. That's why. Moving on. Last one. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're getting the lesson. That's what I do. Enlighten you. If you don't know, you, guess what, my man? You're ignorant of thyself, too. It ain't the fact that you don't know you, but if you don't know you, you don't know thyself either. So let me break that down for you right quick. And you claim to be this or that, but not manifesting any of it means nothing. You can claim a whole bunch of stuff. But what did you manifest? What did you prove? What did you make? I know thyself. So I made myself into a better person. I transformed from being ignorant of myself, and only the ignorant ones who believe in thyself just because what somebody told you to. You don't know why. If you knew, you wouldn't have to believe. Belief is only good until what? Knowledge comes around. Moving on. If you believe you are your body, so you satisfy it. You give it what it wants. But guess what? It's going to run out. And you're going to come back again. And AKA called reincarnation. Why? You didn't know yourself. You just served yourself. Okay? You can't bless yourself. I know I'm a divine spiritual being having a human experience. Why are we having a human experience? Duh, to know thyself. The reason the spirit has to hit the body, break it down, the spirit needs what? The human consciousness, this thing right here. It got this. It needs this to become one. So now it can make its way back home. Okay? That's the whole purpose of having life and being born into this world or reincarnated into this world. To what? To learn a lesson. A lot of us, okay, but guess what? You learn a lesson sooner or later. Sooner or later. Get it? That's the reincarnation state. The idea is to stop the reincarnation. That's gaining knowledge of self. That's my goal, to get right thinkers to know just that. And that's how you stop coming back. And always go to the dark. Don't go to the light. Why? It's a trap door. Bring you back here. Go to the darkness from which we came. The spirit needs a human body. And remember, to have heart mind coherence, the heart and the mind becoming one, that's knowledge of self, that's becoming one with God, knowing thyself, aka the higher self. The lower nature connects with his higher self, and that's what the awakening is all about in human form. Anything other than that, knock yourself out. Why? It ain't gonna get you there. Like the boy said, I am the truth, I am the way. He's right about that. Truth is the only way. But you had to find your own truth. That's my goal, to get you to do just that for yourself. And that's the lesson. Hope you understand it. Hope you got it. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, and may 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. And I'll be back with more knowledge.